everybody, welcome and welcome back. I am Cris the Girl. Today in this video, we find ourselves out and about on the town again. We're gonna do some summerween hunting. Emphasis on the hunting because I don't know exactly what we're gonna find today. As of the time of this recording, it is the middle of May. Mother's Day is officially over with. Memorial Day is fastly approaching here. So I want to get out and about pretty often here to check on summerween things because I feel like it's gonna hit the store. It's gonna start hitting the stores here pretty soon, I feel like. So it's time, guys. I think it's time to just go out on the hunt at least once a week here just to see what we can find. So we find ourselves first at home. I know for a fact we're not going to find anything here. Like, there's not going to be anything to see here, but what I really want to do is just walk around the store and see where they are at with things. How much 4th of July stuff is out there? Can we see any Halloween boxes all the way on the top of the shelves? I just want to get a feel for where they are at with things because I really do feel like At Home is going to be one of the next stores to put something out. Last year they didn't participate in Summerween per se, like they didn't have specific Summerween decor items. They're usually one of the first stores that we see Halloween in the flesh in stores, so it's very important that we keep on top of our good old pal At Home here. Not to mention, we just moved into a new home. And there's like a couple of, I don't know, I just want to stroll the aisles and see what I could find. There's a couple of things that I want to grab for the new home. Since we're here at Home, it's the perfect place to do that. So just going to do a little bit of shopping here anyway. So that's the plan. We're going to hit up a bunch of different stores. I want to head to at least some of the spooky Trinity stores, Marshall's, TJ Maxx, and or Homegoods, because long introduction here. Sorry, gotta set it up properly for you all. But I want to head over there because Joanna Parker, Miss Joanna Parker, of whom we have not talked about in quite some time now, she apparently is putting out some 4th of July mugs and who knows what else. I honestly don't know, but usually it's mugs. So I've seen some pictures of it. I've seen some stuff on social media, people finding them. So now we're on the hunt for them, you guys. We're on the hunt again for some Joanna Parker stuff. So I figured we could look for that today too. We'll head back over to Kirklands as well because we didn't see all of their Summerween stuff. And then we'll just see wherever the wind blows us today. But that's the plan. That is the plan for today. We're just going to hang out and look for some Summerween stuff. So thanks for clicking on the video, everyone. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good time. Let's go. And here we are, everybody, at home. Let's head inside. Look at this, guys. They have a mailbox outside. I never noticed this. Should I write them a letter? Dear At Home, please release your Halloween decor early this year. Thank you. Sincerely, all of us. Well, definitely a lot of 4th of July right here up front. Party in the USA. Very funny. The gnome is pretty cute too. Made out of, I think, a resin material. And in their seasonal section, pillows and probably a lot of summer things, spring things. Right now it's, buy one, get one, 50% off all pots and planters. Could always use some more planters. We'll just do a little look-see at the 4th of July things. They're probably gonna have the most that they have ever had before. Looks like they're doing a return of their somewhat realistic looking little dog statues. And they have another little Bella. She's really cute. Beagle statue, $20. Currently looking at curtains over here. I always forget that At Home has more than just seasonal decor. They have like absolutely everything you could possibly need for a home, which is perfect when you move very often, as much as we do. But anyways, we have windows down in the dungeon in the basement area that I was thinking they already have curtains on them, so I was already kind of thinking like maybe we just get new curtains because I don't really like the ones that are on there. And also if I get ones that are like big enough, it can actually black out the sunlight coming in and maybe I can get a little bit more sleep in the morning. Also, the window in the guest room already is set up for curtains. There just aren't any curtains in there, so I'm kind of thinking about maybe getting something for that too at some point. It's actually not as much 4th of July summer stuff as I was kind of expecting. Like, that's pretty much it. Just what's in the middle of the store. Hold on a second here. What is this? What is this? What are we looking at? It's a spooky lamp. That's so funny because I was literally just looking at the lamps and I was like, you know what? I'm probably just going to buy a spooky lamp this year because I need several lamps, honestly. But here it is. Look at it. Look. It even says Halloween right on the tag. Wow. Well, that's exciting. I was not expecting that. In fact, I was about to wrap up my time here at Home. It's $80 though. I don't know if I can get that today. But dang, that's cool. So, what an interesting turn of events. Let's discuss. We actually found some legitimate at-home Halloween at Home. Was not expecting that. 110% didn't know that was a thing. And my inclination would be to say that it's leftover from last year. Because it feels far too early. I know we just said that at Home is one of the first places to get out there Halloween, but it feels far too early for them to seriously be getting in Halloween things and for them to be putting them out on top of that. But the thing is that I don't remember seeing those lamps from last year. Now that doesn't necessarily mean anything because one, my memory is piss poor, like we know this, it's accepted, but it's also possible that they did have them and they kind of just got lost in the mix of the other Halloween things. Like it's very, very possible that I just missed them. I don't know, guys. I feel like I've never seen those lamps before in my life. When I initially saw them as I was walking up the aisle, I was like, oh wow, that's really cool. Like kind of spooky lamps. I didn't think that they were going to be labeled actual Halloween things. I just figured, you know, just a skeletal lamp. Like it's awesome. It's spooky, obviously, but I didn't think it would be like legitimate Halloween. That is interesting. That is very, very interesting. So again, to wrap up here, my inclination is to say that it's leftovers from last year or previous years or whatever, but I'm not really convinced of that. I think it might actually legitimately, seriously be some new stuff for Halloween this year. Like, that's crazy, you guys. Did not expect to see that. And honestly, I totally would have picked up one of those lamps if they weren't $80. $80 is a crazy amount of money for a lamp. Now, it was a very big lamp. It was a really cool lamp, obviously. And we seriously do need lamps in our lives. Like, down below in the basement, in the dungeon, it's fluorescent lighting like everywhere, and I absolutely hate it. Like, who likes fluorescent lighting? Seriously? So what I wanted to do was invest in a lot of lamps, you know, floor lamps, side table lamps, like just as many lamps as I possibly can to make the lighting in there like a bit softer. So it's actually seriously something that I would consider buying, not just because it's Halloween, but because we need lamps. I love lamp. But $80 is a lot. That's a lot of money. That's a little bit above my budget. So we're going to leave it alone. But how cool is that? First sighting of Halloween 2026 at Home. Did not expect that. Did not expect that at all. So that being said, there was some 4th of July stuff in there. I will say this. Not near as much as I thought that we were going to see. I thought like every single aisle was going to be filled with 4th of July things. It could actually very well be that it's maybe even still a little bit too early for all of that stuff. They mostly had outdoor things, outdoor pillows, planters, decorative things. Like, I would say that was the majority of what they had. Patio furniture, stuff like that. A good amount of 4th of July things, but nowhere near the amount that I thought that they would have. So I honestly don't really know what that means. What comes first? The summer's outdoor things or 4th of July? Is it still too early for 4th of July, or is it already like kind of picked over? I'm honestly not sure, but we will be back to at home now sooner rather than later. If we saw those Halloween lamps, then who knows what's going to happen, you guys. Now, last year at Home put out a small smattering of things in May. It was kind of like their halfway to Halloween thing. They had their groundbreaker skelly, they had, I think their crow lamps, and they had like their pumpkin groundbreaker guy, and maybe one or two other random things. They haven't said anything about doing that this year, so I'm not expecting something like that, but it is around this time-ish that they start kind of talking, hinting at Halloween. They did release very recently what their lines are going to be this year, and you guys, I'm excited about it. Now, a lot of their lines that they announced are what they've done in the past, like a basic Halloween line, kind of a witchy line. I think they have like a garden-y sort of line, so it seemed all like pretty similar to what they've had in the past. But the thing that got me the most excited was their Western line. They're gonna do a spooky Western cowboy, cowgirl sort of line. And you got, like, I'm so excited about it because I love a good Western theme. Having lived out West, having lived in Arizona, like, I'm all about it. I'm super excited about it. And I wish I would have said this sooner. Like, I wish I could have proved this sooner. But I swear to goodness, I knew we were gonna see some Western stuff this year. We've seen a lot of Western things, like decor-wise, like for spring and summer and like the other seasons. So it felt like it was just a matter of time before we saw it sink into Halloween too, which I know there's going to be a lot of people who don't give two flying farts about it. And I totally get it, you guys. I get that this line is not going to be for everybody, but it is for me. It's gonna be for me. So we're in danger. The checkbook, wow, I really just proved my age right there. My card, my wallet, everything, all of that stuff is in danger. My budget, it's in danger. Just in this one line at home alone, just from the little tiny bits that I've seen, I'm excited about it. So I think that's all that I had to say about at home. They also did tease on their social medias that they were going to do something on the 22nd of June. I don't know what that something is. If they're just going to announce something online, they're going to release their collection online, if they're going to put stuff in their stores, I have no clue. I marked my calendar nonetheless, but we'll just see what happens. We will nonetheless be keeping an eye on at home. We'll be visiting here much, much, much more often than I was planning to. So how exciting. How exciting all around. Now, all of that being said, let me show you what I actually got from at home. So, first of all, I got a tiny little trash can here. I got this for the guest room / my get ready room, I guess. Just figured this would be a nice, convenient thing to have. Just a little tiny trash can. This will be good for guests too, so they don't have to go like to the bathroom or out in the kitchen or whatever to throw away, you know, tissues or whatever. So I got a cute little trash can guy. In general, this video may just end up being like we're looking for summerween, obviously, like that's the plan, that's the goal for today. But I'm probably gonna be doing a bit of new home shopping also while we're, you know, out and about checking out these stores. So that's probably gonna be the majority of what we see here. I'm not trying to buy a million things, but you know, I'm on the hunt for certain things. That being said, I bought a clock. I bought a nice wall clock. And again, I think I'm going to put this in my get ready room. Either that or I might put it downstairs too in the dungeon because we don't have any clocks down there at all. So this could be useful in multiple rooms. Let's just say that. But I really liked it. I thought it was a cool color. I liked the way that the clock looked. It was only like $12. So I was like, yeah, sure. Why not? I'll get a clock. So I guess I don't know where this guy is going to go, but there's a lot of places that it could go. Finally, I did pick up some curtains. I hope that these guys will work downstairs in the dungeon. That's why I got them. There's 2 panels in here, so I figure 1 panel for each window. I'm hoping that they'll be big enough to just cover 1 window. I'm also hoping that the way that you hang these guys up is the way that the current curtains are being hung up on those windows right now. I honestly don't know because I did not set out today to buy a pair of curtains, but here we are. We did it anyway, and I figure if they don't work downstairs, then these could also work in the guest room because like I said, it's already pretty much set up for curtains. I just need to get a rod and then these would totally work upstairs. So figured it'll work out either way. I like the color of these. I like the material of these, the texture of these, just the way that they look. I really liked them, so that's what I got. That is my at-home haul here. So we did a lot of talking in the car. I apologize. We're gonna head right across the street over to, what is this, a Marshall's? We're gonna head over to Marshall's, then we're gonna hit a bunch of stores here in the Farragut area. So let's go. Alrighty, here we are. It is indeed a Marshall's. Haven't been in here in a little bit of time. So let's head in. Let's see what we can find. Summerween, Joanna Parker, that's what we're on the hunt for. Don't see anything in the mug section. Dang it. This is really cool though. $17. Tarot picture. This is also amazing. It's a embroidery one. Very, very cool. This is also like the only 4th of July stuff that I've seen in here too, which is interesting. Okay, so nothing doing at Marshall's. In fact, once again, like, not even a lot of 4th of July stuff, which I thought was interesting. There wasn't a whole lot going on there, period. So, whatever. We moved on. World Market, I'm going to pop in and just kind of take a peek-see around because, again, sort of looking for stuff for the new home. I don't think we'll find Summerween. I don't think World Market does that. But we will go next door over to Homesense and see what they have. It's possible they might have Joanna Parker's / and or Summerween. So we'll go and check in on them too. We're gonna check in on Homesense first. Okay, unfortunately nothing going on at Homesense. So heading over to World Market just to take a peek-see around at stuff. Might as well. We're here. They always have such cute stuff here at World Market. It's just usually very, very expensive. Like, I love this snake embroidery piece here, but it's $80. Also contemplating investing in rugs because the whole top part of the house is all like hardwood floors. And I don't know, it might be nice to have a rug or two in certain places. Alrighty, welcome back to the car, everybody. So, didn't see really much of anything at Homesense. And then World Market, saw a lot of cute stuff, didn't buy anything. However, I did go next door to Ulta because I wanted to grab a couple of things. So, I grabbed a couple of things and I will simply show you now. So, I want to get back into my nail game again now that moving is over with and the heavy lifting and boxes and packing and all of that stuff is now over. Thank God it is over, but I've been refraining from doing my press-on nails because of that. There wouldn't have been any point. They just would have broken off left and right. So now that it's over with, I want to get back into my nail game again. I do have some nails at home, however, they're super, super, super long. I kind of wanted something like a little bit shorter, so this is what I picked up. OPI, this is my favorite press-on nail brand. I got this really pretty color, Pompeii Pink. Nice, happy, bright pink color. Not super, super long nails, but not super, super short either. And then I picked up this one, Catch a Wave of Happiness, a nice cobalt blue color, TARDIS blue color. Also thought was perfect for spring, summer, Summerween shopping just in general. These are a slightly longer nails, so perfect colors, perfect for Summerween shopping. So that's what I got there. And then also I picked up some shampoo. This is the Kitsch brand. I absolutely love this brand for hair care stuff. It's my favorite brand of all time. And I have been loving my shampoo conditioner routine that I've been in. So the castor oil shampoo is what I've been using now for a number of months, and I love it. It's doing wonders for my hair. I know you can't really tell, but trust me, it has. It really has. And then for the conditioner, I use, for the life of me, I can't remember what it is, but it's in the yellow packaging, and it's like, I want to say like coconut oil conditioner, something along those lines. Ever since I learned that like girl, you have wavy hair and you need to put more moisturizer into your hair. Like, since I've been focusing on that, it's made a world of difference. So love both of those. Ulta seems to be the only place that I can get the castor oil shampoo that's like in the bottle, like the liquid form of it, which for some reason is better than the bar form of it, the solid form of it. I've used both, but the liquid is the best. So that's what I got from Ulta. Now we are across the street and we're going to head into Kirklands because I want to see if we can find more summerween things. The last time we were summerween shopping last week, we went to Kirklands. We did find some of the pieces, but we definitely didn't find all of them. So might as well pop in and, I don't know guys, we'll just simply see what they have. All right, nothing at Kirklands. Not a one thing in there, but I think we're gonna stop in another Kirklands later on, so I don't know, we'll see guys. But anyways, I'm popping next door over to Target to grab a snack. And just like that, everybody, we made it to Maryville. Here we are. We're gonna head into Homegoods, see what we can find there, and then we'll head next door to Kirklands. So we'll see what's going on. If we can find anything, I don't know, might as well check. Okay, that's all that Mickey has the energy for. Listen, don't blame ya. This guy's really cool. Very tempting, but I don't need another tumbler. We're heading over to Kirkland's next. Okay, totally struck out over here. Nothing at Homegoods. Nothing at Kirkland's. So I think as of right now, since the other Kirkland's closed down, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the only Kirkland's here in the Knoxville, loose quotes there, area that has any summerween is the outlets over in Pigeon Forge, Sevierville, technically. That's annoying. That's annoying. It's still a little bit early, potentially, so maybe they'll get it in later, but I could also see them just simply not getting it at all and just not putting it out, period. I wouldn't be surprised. I think the one at the outlets put it out specifically because it is a gigantic store. It's the biggest Kirkland's I've ever seen personally, so I think that's why they have it out. So I don't know guys, we'll just have to, the next time we're in the area, in the Pigeon Forge, Sevierville area, we'll just have to pop over to Kirkland's and see if they put out any more summerween things. That could really seriously be the only Kirkland's that has it. So there we go, we checked on it, boots on the ground, spooky journalism. We're gonna head to one more spot. We're gonna head to TJ Maxx. And then that's it guys, that's all the stores that I had planned for today. So we're really striking out over here. All right, we made it to the TJ Maxx, so we will see what we can find. I'm not holding my breath at this point. We've really kind of struck out today, except for at home. That was a pleasant surprise, and thank goodness for that, because if we didn't have that, we wouldn't have had anything today. And look at that, Tampa J's here too.
Who knew I was gonna meet up with you at TJ Maxx?
I knew, but maybe that might be it, yeah.
I have never asked this question. What does TJ stand for?
I have no clue. Tampa J, Maxx?
I don't know. Do the words TJ mean anything to you?
I always like to take a peek at the reusable bags at like every store we go to, because we found a lot of really cute summerween bags last year. So I always kind of poke through them, see if there's anything in here. And no Joanna Parker mugs. No. Oh, okay. Well, if we can't find any summerween, we might as well drown our sorrows with some salsaritas. Gonna get some dinner here with Tampa J, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up the video. And here's dinner for today. I got my standard cheese quesadilla, chips, salsa, unsweet tea, and Tampa J is trying a bowl for the first time. Dinner was delicious. At least we got some salsaritas over here. It's now becoming kind of a thing, because the first time we did summerween shopping for 2026, we also stopped at salsaritas and we got some food. So here we are. It's becoming tradition now. Anyways, we're gonna wrap up the video. So we found almost nothing. Almost absolutely zero nothing today. So thank goodness we saw the spooky lamp set at home. At least there was that. I'm really glad that I decided to go to at home today. Got a few things for the new house too, which I'm really excited about. So we'll definitely be doing this still, going forward. It's obviously still too early. So I really genuinely thought that we would be seeing summerween earlier this year, and it's kind of shaping out to not really be the case, which is kind of a bummer. But I do understand if these big box stores kind of want to wait a little bit, like a little bit closer to June, July to put out summerween, because that's when we start seeing Halloween stuff. So maybe they want it to be like a little bit more cohesive. I don't know, but I was really hoping we'd see it earlier this year, and it's shaping out to not really be the case. But that being said, we're still going to go out and about on the hunt. We're still going to search for summerween, because if we don't search for it, we're never going to find it, So we might as well just pop out and about on the town and just see what we can find anyway. And I don't know, I had a good time today. I hope you guys did too. Again, I'm sorry we really did not find much. It just is what it is. But hey, spooky lamps, very exciting. And maybe we'll see more Halloween stuff over at home. I don't know, but we're definitely going to be checking in on them a lot more frequently too. So that's it for today's video, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. We have a lot of adventures coming up here, as I always say. More summerween shopping. Obviously, Halloween shopping is on the horizon as well. Plus, we have a lot of unpacking still left to do. And in fact, I think we'll see what happens, but I think the next video you guys are going to see, the next thing coming up here, is going to be the spooky nook. We're gonna tackle the spooky nook project, and it's gonna be this whole big dang thing. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm hoping I can get it done in a day, but it may take me a couple of days. I don't know, we will see. But that's the next big thing that I really need to get started on, because everything else, every other decorating project in my home is relying on us getting the spooky nook done. So that's the goal for coming up here very soon. So look out for that. But just in general, more unpacking, more decorating. We got to decorate for summerween at some point here as well. And yeah, just a lot of stuff. So thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys had a good time, and I hope that you're doing well out there. Stay safe, stay healthy, everybody. Happy summerween, and I will see you all in the next one.